Coming in hot from Arizona, this is Trevor
and Troy Howard.
And you're on So Tell Us Time. You can have everything you want in your business. Sometimes you just need a little help.
Every business owner would love to charge more for their services, but sometimes you can sacrifice long-term loyalty for a short-term profit.
Creating the right rituals is key to your business having success.
Are you tired of competing with your competitors? Guess what? You don't have to compete if you create.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. We're super excited to be here with you today. We've got a lot of good things going on. It's October. Oh my gosh, that means the year is almost over. You guys know I start talking about the end of the year in October. You're like, Trevor, why do you do that? Because it moves so fast from this point on. It's like we've got Halloween, then we've got Thanksgiving, we've got, well, for me, my anniversary in there as well in November. Then we've got December, which is all about Trevor Howard. It's my birthday in December. That's all that matters in December, right? Is my birthday. Nothing else. Nothing else matters. Now I know. And then there's Christmas, and then you got New Year, and boom, the year is over. It's totally crazy. So you're going to hear us doing some of these podcasts that are definitely going to be about wrapping up that end of the year and finishing strong. That's usually the themes we like to have moving towards the end of the year. So today goes along with that theme of invest in your business. See, there's many different ways that you can invest in your business, and we're going to talk about them today because it's super important for you to be investing or reinvesting in your business. And all too often, Troy and I, we meet with people, we go into their businesses, we analyze what they're doing, and man, I'll tell you what, it's like they pay the bills and then they suck everything else out for them, which is a huge mistake. And so you've got to be investing in your business so that, you know, when it's up and high and then goes down low, you can survive the down low because you put it away or you invested when it was up high. All too often, like I said, people want to invest in their business, honestly, when they don't have enough money. And that's a common theme Troy and I run into. And so Troy's going to get into it. I don't want to take any thunder away, but it's like these people come to us and they don't have money to invest in their business, but they're freaking out because they didn't invest in their business when they did have money, and now they're going down and they are like, oh, what do I do? How do you save me? And it's like, dude, you have no money. How am I supposed to save you? So don't be that person. Troy, go ahead, take it away.
All right. So today we're going to talk about, different ways that you can invest in your business. And the way I've kind of laid it out is it's almost like a roadmap. Meaning that you're going to start at the beginning, you're going to follow these steps and you're going to progress. And as you progress through it, you're going to be able to invest in new ways into your business. But the first one we're going to tackle is just the most obvious one, and that is that you can invest capital in your business, right? You can invest money into your business. And, some businesses, that's the way they get started. They get money right off the bat. They start their business and they get going from there. That's probably the easiest way. But we're going to talk about how to invest in your business if you don't have that capital right off the bat.
Well, and investing in your business with capital can also mean your own capital, right? Everybody's got to put some money into their business. And a lot of times, like we have a client that we're working with right now that, he just bought into a business. And so that money goes into investing into that business, right?
Yep, exactly. And I'm glad that you said that, Trevor, because my first example of investing capital in the business is actually Elon Musk.
Nice.
Now, if you look at Elon Musk and his story, right, he made a ton of money off of PayPal. I believe it was right about $180 million. Wow. And what did he do? Did he go out and buy the Ferraris and buy the jet and buy all those things? Nope, absolutely not. He literally turned right around and invested all $180 million into his next 3 businesses.
Yep.
So he put like $100 million into Tesla. He put like $70 million into Solar, I think it was Solar City, and then 10 into SpaceX. Or maybe it was 10 in space, or 10 in Solar City and $70 million into SpaceX. But he basically took the $180 million, and instead of saying, man, I can just live off this the rest of my life.
And he could be retired.
Yeah, could have totally retired. He's like, nope, I'm just going to put it all in and invest it in these new businesses. And now, he's like one of the richest, I think might be the richest man in the world right now. So that $180 million became, tens of billions of dollars.
Awesome.
So that's
Although I have
one
to
way.
say, I think I'd be happy with 180 million.
True.
I think I'm out. I think I'm out.
That's why I'm not Elon Musk, because I would have been retired.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't be the richest man in the world. So, anyways, so that's one way to do it. But a lot of us don't have that ability, right? We only have a little bit of a capital to invest into the business. And so we invest a little bit into it. So we have to come up with other ways that we can invest into the business to help grow that business. And the key is growth, right? When you start a business, your mindset needs to be growth, right? You need to be pushing towards growth, because the faster you grow that business and build a successful business, the easier it's going to be. Life's going to be. So the next thing you can do when it comes to investing in your business is investing your time. And this is where a lot of us are, right? We don't have a lot of money to put into the business, so we're going to invest our time in the business. So if you don't have that capital, you just have to go out there and you have to outwork your competitors. You've got to put in more hours than they put in. You've got to put in the grind and work long hours, but you need to work it in the right way so that you can actually create a business that will grow. And that's really important. Trevor has shared many a times in our podcast, the stories of us in the beginning, where Trevor was basically sleeping at the office and his wife was, saying, hey, like either send money home or come home. And that's what you've got to do. A lot of times that's all you've got is your time that you can invest. But you want to make sure that you're investing your time in the right way, because here's the deal. Like if, let's say you're in the service industry, and you invest your time out there and you're cleaning carpets. Well, there's only so many hours in a day that you can clean a carpet. Right. And your competitors, they can clean carpets at that same amount of hours in a day if they want to. So you need to make sure that you're not just investing your time in the places that there's a set amount of money that you're going to make off of that, right? That's like an hourly wage, if you will, because your competitors have just as many hours as you do, right, to compete with you. So you need to make sure that you're putting in those long hours in the ways to improve your business so that you can beat your competitors, not just on an hourly basis. And that's really important. We'll talk about that a little bit more down the road here. But investing your time is number one there. The next thing is...
with that, I would say something I would add to that, Troy, would be that even for my seasoned businesses, you still need to invest your time. We see it over and over again all the time where the owner, he started out putting the grind in, putting the work in, but then he gets employees and he relies on those employees and he, brings a manager in and maybe brings in a president, depending on how large the company grows. And he steps back and stops investing in the business with his time. And it's a huge mistake, because nobody's going to love the business the way you do. Nobody's going to work on it the way you do. And so it's interesting when we get business owners, but then when, Trevor, when do I get to step back? When's the appropriate time to do that? When you retire or you die. That's the appropriate time, because you're an entrepreneur, okay? You don't get to clock out at 5 p.m. or whatever. Now, what I mean with that is that, yes, you might be able to step back in other aspects of the business, right, that you bring people in to do, but then you take that additional time that you've gained, right, and you invest it in the business, in working on the business, because in the beginning you were investing in the business, doing the work. You were out cleaning the carpets and everything like that. Now you bring people on. You don't get to sit back, on your butt and just be like, woo, I made it, because guess what? Things might start to do this, and eventually they will, because that's just what happens. The markets go up and down. People hold on to cash. So again, you need to think of it this way. When you free up your time, you need to then go and invest that time into the business, because you've probably been, on the business, I would say, because you've probably been investing that time in the business, right? Doing the work. So that is a mistake that we see often.
Yeah. And I appreciate you saying that, because that leads right into the very next thing, which is, you're investing your time, and eventually you're going to run out of time. You can't put any more time into the business, right? There are only so many hours in a day. So what do you have to do? You need to invest in automation.
Yeah.
You need to be able to take the work that you're doing and double or triple it without actually requiring any more hours. So by investing in automation in your business, you can literally create additional work in the same hours that you're doing the work that you're normally doing. So that's really important. That's one of the, and again, we're kind of following this roadmap, right? When you get to that point where you're like, man, I'm so busy, but I don't have, I'm so busy cleaning carpets or, pressure washing houses or whatever it might be. I don't have time to do marketing. I don't have time to send out my invoices. I don't have time to, follow up with leads, right? That's where automation comes in so that you can do those things, meaning the automation does those things for you while you're continuing to get the work done. Right. So you can literally double or triple your output with automation. So like I said, you may still be pushing the carpet cleaning wand, but you've automated your marketing, your lead capture, your lead follow-up, your billing, to free up your time to continue to work in the field. So that's the next step, is that automation. Now, once you get that automation in place, the next place you're going to invest is in your marketing, right? Now that you have automated lead capture and automated lead follow-up and all those things ready to go, now you go, hey, let's invest in more marketing. Now, why do I want to invest in more marketing? And you may be asking yourself, well, wait a minute. No, I'm working, 80 hours a week. I don't need more marketing, right? I need more people. But here's the deal. The problem is a lot of business owners, what do? They immediately go and hire an employee to do the work. And now they realize, well, I got to pay this employee. So that's taking a bunch of the revenue to pay that employee. Well, shoot, now I got to go out and get more jobs because I still need to get paid, but I'm not doing the work. So the work is paying for the guy that's doing the work. Now who's going to pay for me, right? So having that marketing in place before the employee is the way to go. Put that marketing in place, start generating more jobs, and then you can get that employee. So you want to make sure that you create a marketing strategy that consistently brings in new clients, that does not rely on just referrals, because you cannot control referrals, right? As much as we love referrals, you can't control it. It's not like a faucet that I can just go, boop, turn on more referrals. Oh no, I got too many, turn them off, right? So it's got to be marketing that's outside of just getting referrals from, your clients. And you need to create marketing channels that you can control.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
That's really important.
One thing I would add to that, Troy, would be that most people do this in reverse. Because we talked about investing in automation and then investing in marketing. Most people, I guarantee most of you out there, have marketing going, but you might not have automation. And we see that all day long too. And that's okay. If the proper way to do it would be to lay that foundation, create the automation, then start the marketing. But I get it. You want to jump into what brings the dollars in, right? So you've been doing marketing and now it's time to invest in that automation, because that's just going to take your marketing that's working and exponentially, make it work better.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said that, Trevor, because it really is true. Because what happens is if you focus on the marketing first, you get a bunch of new jobs in, but you're already super busy. So now you can't even keep up with the jobs that are coming in with the new marketing. Whereas when you put the automation first and it's doing the follow-up, it's closing, contacting the leads, it's closing the leads, all of that. Now all of a sudden you can do more jobs because you're not having to do all the follow-up and everything that the automation is doing for you. So I appreciate you saying that. Okay, so now that we got the marketing going and we're like, oh man, now we got way more jobs than we can actually handle ourselves. That's when you're going to invest in your team, right? When you cannot keep up with the work, and you have automation, you have marketing going, now invest in your team. And you want to build a team that's going to last, meaning don't just hire the first person that answers your ad. Find your key players, especially when you're beginning to grow your team. Because if you can find your key players up front, those key players are going to become your managers, right? As you hire more employees. So you don't want to hire somebody, your first employee, if you don't feel like they can be a manager someday over other employees, because otherwise you're not going to be able to grow, right? Or you're going to have to eventually hire a manager and put them over them, which is always kind of an awkward situation,
Yeah.
right? And because of your key players, you want to keep them in the business. These are the people that you want to be there 20 years down the road with you. So once you've got that team going, now you want to invest in the culture of your business. You want to create a place where your team will want to be, where they will want to work, and most importantly, where they will want to retire from, right? Create that culture. And Trevor, the other day made a really good comment about, we were talking and he says, you really need to build a company and build a job for your employees that they're afraid to lose it. This job is so good and working here is so good that they're afraid that they're going to lose the job, right? So they're going to work hard and they're going to, appreciate that job. So investing in that culture is really important as you grow the business. And then kind of full circle to what Trevor talked about in the kind of the beginning, the last thing you need to do is invest in an exit, right? You need to set your business up in a way that you can exit the business, right? You don't want to create a job. You want to create a business that gives you the freedom that you deserve. And like Trevor said, as entrepreneurs, a lot of times we're never going to fully exit the business, and that's okay, right? But we want to build it in a way that we can be at the very top working on the business and guiding the business without having to be the one in the trenches doing the work all the time. So that's really important is, you've got to have a way in the end that you can exit the business, or at least exit the business enough that it gives you the freedom that you originally wanted. Most of us started our business because we wanted the freedom of controlling our life and controlling our schedules. So, but it just doesn't happen, right? You don't just at the end of 20 years, all of a sudden, everything's magically set up and you're like, oh, this is perfect. I can exit right now. Yeah. And everything is seamless. That's if you don't build it the way that you need to, you're not going to be able to exit.
Oh, yeah. So, and more than a handful of times, we have had entrepreneurs who are 60 or 62 come in and go, I built my business and it was great and it, really funded my lifestyle and it was a great business that was wonderful, but I didn't build anything that would help me retire. I didn't build it in a way or fashion that I could sell it in the end. So I've basically got the next 3 to 5 years that I need to crank. How can I do that? And so we actually help them restructure everything, redo the way that they're marketing, refocus where they're putting their money, how much money's coming out versus going in, things like that, and where's the money going? Because that's something that happens all the time is you might have a great business that's, I talked to a gal that was, we consulted with her that she was pulling in for almost $500,000 to herself every year, but not leaving a penny left for the business, and I'm going, so she's going, well, I need to build this thing and I need to, great. Where's the money going to come from? Well, I don't know. I need more clients. Hey, how are you going to get those clients? Well, I guess I got to market. Great. Where's the money going to come from? And she's like, well, I don't know. It's a conundrum. I'm like, it's not a conundrum. It's a, you're sucking all the money out. There's no profits left. You need to leave profit in the business in order to be able to grow the business. So, but that does happen. You guys may have a really good business that is funding an amazing life for you, but are you building something that you can exit with? Are you investing in an exit strategy, basically? All right, guys. Well, let's jump to the homework. Take a look at this roadmap and determine where you are and what you need to work on this next week. What can you be doing out of these different bullet points? Can you be investing in your automation? Can you be investing in your marketing? Can you be investing in the employees or the culture of the business? Should you be investing in your exit strategy? That is a huge one that, again, I said nobody really is looking at, except for, what's funny is the only ones looking at it are the people who went out and got funding. because that is their whole goal. Their whole livelihood, everything, is based on that exit strategy. So, all right, guys. Well, we really appreciate you. And just so you know, I know I'm going to get comments and things like this. No, I'm not smoking like a baby hookah here or something, some sort of little pipe. This is mate, which is a South American, green tea, basically. And it's got a lot of health benefits. So this is the little mate and the bambastra and everything. So I just didn't want you guys thinking I was smoking some sort of pipe. Not that you would see smoke, but still, it's something new in the camera for all our YouTubers. And just want to make sure, because I know that people are going to be like, Trevor, what are you doing? Look at Trevor, he's a pothead now or something. So no, I'm being healthy, people. Being healthy. Green tea. All right. We love you. We appreciate you. We will catch you guys on the next episode of So Tell Us Time.